Hey everybody, Frank here, Godzilla Island, with a review of Godliath Issue 1 here for the Major Squad channel. This is a indie kaiju demon series that picked up from Kickstarter. So far only Issue 1 is out. Issue 2 is expected sometime this summer of 2024. Here is the print that came with it, pretty cool. This devilish demon thing holding a pope's hat on a throne. All these skulls, demon, human, and monsters alike. Here's a sticker sheet that it came with. We see the Popetron here. This is Godliath in its humanoid form. Throughout the book, mostly it's in like a dragon form with this humanoid skull here, horns and whatnot. And then these are some other monsters that I think we're going to see in the future. Or I don't know if these are like different, these two different forms. We'll see. This, I believe, is the next enemy that Godliath faces in the following issue. This series was created by Dakota Freeman and Francis Sampieri. Ippo Se Polo is the artist on this, and Elizabeth Craig is the editor, letterer on this series as well. I enjoyed the first issue, a lot of action. It's a very like dark, gritty-ish story. Takes place in the city. It's called Wide Beach. It's pretty much like a scummy city that's kind of gone to trash here. It's kind of filled with crime, violence, homeless. And it starts off with this guy here working in the liquor store, and this really smelly homeless man comes in and leaves a book with a pentagram on it in the basically porn magazine rack of the liquor store. The guy leaves. Soon after, this shoplifter comes in to steal some booze, and as he's running out, he spots that book and he just swipes it from the magazine rack, runs out. And then he's on the beach with his buddy, smoking some weed, drinking, and they're all having a laugh. And they're like, "Oh, do you hear this book talking? Look at this book that I found. It's saying to open it." And they're like, "Yeah, let's just open it." So they open the book, and they're like, "Oh, I'm God." And Godliath begins talking. He's like, "Yo, you freed me. I'm indebted to you, whatever." And he says, "Well, first show yourself and help us make as much money as we can." And it turns out Godliath's a demon, and it's not here to do that. Jumps out, got this cool spread here. Godliath's like, "Listen, I'm here to make everybody pay for their sins." And you see this huge, almost like, it reminds you of Shenron. He's just over the city, and he's just here to feed on the sins and get stronger. He shoots down his airplane in the sky after there's a whole thing where like, "Oh, it's not like our airplane's just going to randomly explode in the sky," because this guy's nervous about flying. And then the airplane randomly explodes. And Godliath just goes on a rampage, begins going around the city, makes this huge pentagram in the sky, and then we get the birds aren't real thing here. We got a pigeon flying over the city, and it turns out it's just a drone. And the drone's reporting back to the Vatican, and the Pope's like, "The demon's been freed." He's like, "We need to stop him," and he launches his Christotron, and we see Godliath is just over Wide Beach City, and that's when Christotron appears, and they begin fighting it out. There's a lot of back and forth. There's some of the talkage of Godliath, and there's just a lot of cool action shots here. They're blasting each other. Popetron really gets Godliath good. And that's when he kind of powers up into this ultra Godliath form, which is the humanoid form, not the dragon. And that's when they start going and exchanging blows even faster now. And Godliath uses this demon fire, and the Pope's like, "Oh, the thing's been compromised." He's like, "I'm taking you down with me." And he initiates the self-destruct mode and pulls out these blades and just keeps going and holding Godliath until the self-destruct could go boom. But nothing can stop Godliath. And Godliath comes out as the victor of this fight. And then it ends with this ominous post-credit in a way. The military rolls in there. It's like, oh, we're late to the party. And there's the Pope kind of just sitting in the Christotron seat that looks like a throne. And he's like, oh, you're not out of the fight yet, soldier. So I don't know if they're going to do some sort of resurrection thing. And then it ends with Godliath will return. Next issue, summer 2024, with Bonelock versus Godliath. Really cool story, great art, tons of action. Really looking forward to see where they go with this. Bird's Eye is the publishing company on this. Definitely very different, not your average kaiju story. It's more of a giant demon story, if anything, but we got the mechs going. We got the dragons. We have the Ultra form. I don't know if that's a reference to Ultraman there, but pretty cool. Want to see what Godliath's plan is. One of the things that they do mention in here is Godliath was kept in that book because heaven nor hell could contain its power. So even hell did not want Godliath. So Godliath is kind of in between. Is he bad? Is he good? He's feeding on the sinners. Let's see where this goes. Really cool book, as I said. Definitely keep an eye out for the issue 2 campaign. We'll be sharing that out on this channel. When I first heard this concept of this Pope driving a Christotron mech, I was like, this sounds completely bonkers. But it was really cool, very metal feeling to it. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys are backers of Godliath and what you thought of it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.